Welcome back to Carl the Student, where I invest in dividend stocks. Last week I talked about my two of my dividend stocks got cut for this year due to the global crisis and the oil crisis and the pandemic situation. Now this week I'll be talking about hero stocks, which I like to call them hero stocks because these are the companies are gonna trying to figure out the pandemic situation, such as vaccines. And right now they're fighting. They're fighting for humanity right now, and I appreciate these companies. And these companies already own, and you'll be surprised. One company, which is a sin stock, is also in the fight for the pandemic, and they're part of finding a vaccine. So you'll be surprised which since stock are working on that. So on other news, my overall portfolio, my total gain, it's it's pretty good right now. It's in the green now. um, it's at 0.05%. So it's finally in the green. So I'm okay with it. And right now, overall, everything's about overpriced, in my opinion. So I'm slowly looking at discounts, but this week I'm just gonna invest $111. I was trying to be specific here because I actually bought two stocks that are gonna be part of the pandemic solution. So one company you're gonna be surprised that are trying to help, trying to solve the pandemic situation is a tobacco company called British American Tobacco, ticker symbol BTI in the New York Stock Exchange, and I think then the other stock exchange, I think it's BAT in the UK. I think. Now, people that don't know, it's you be surprised that British Tobacco Company. It's also part of the COVID-19 vaccine program, and they're trying to work so hard. They're trying to work on it, and they're trying to get they already got FDA approval for testing influenza vaccine. It's just that I just kind of find it funny that a tobacco company trying to figure out the pandemic problem and trying to fix this disease. So that's a company that got me surprised as well. So maybe you should reconsider picking a tobacco company. Another hero stock that I'm gonna invest in is Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE, and right now it's a pharmaceutical company, so they're already in the business in the healthcare industry, and there's no surprise that they're trying to fix the outbreak in the COVID-19 that happened in China, and they also got approved for treatment for COVID-19, and they're trying to figure out this human disease problem as well. So these are the two stocks that I'm gonna invest for this week. I'm just investing 111. It's easy for the beginner investor. Now, you also need to keep an eye on other healthcare industries. There's some of them are super high, which I personally can't afford them. That's why I picked Pfizer. And about Pfizer, they're pretty much global. They're in a global scale, pretty much. Same as British Tobacco Company and tobacco business. I know the British Tobacco Company, they tend to invest in the Europe area and some in South America and Africa. So they're pretty global. Now, Pfizer also is around that kind of business and working globally, but in other treatments in vaccines. So let's do some quick math here. It's basic multiplication and addition about my dividend strategy. Now, I like to break it down for my viewers. That way, you guys can have a better picture where how I invest my strategies. So I invested $111 for this week. which is okay for the beginner investor, stuff like that. It can be discouraging because it's not that much, but if you just keep committing and just keep going invest every week, every 2 weeks, $100, you'll be surprised how long their journey would take you. Now, I bought 2 shares of Pfizer, PFE, and then 1 share of British Tobacco Company, BTI. Pfizer's their share per their dividend yield is 38 cents, but I bought 2 shares, so that equals 0.76 cents on their dividend payout. And for British Tobacco Company is 67 cents per share. Now, if I do the math here, my dividend increase by quarterly is going to be $1.43. So it's not that much, but if you stay committed, and since my dividend portfolio is it's in the 3-digit payout dividends, it's a big difference for me. So, and now with these 2 dividend stocks, they get paid different every quarterly. So let's say, for example, Pfizer gets paid on June, but British Tobacco Company gets paid on August. So but they get paid quarterly every 3 months. So it's a 3-month pattern there. So it's a good way to broaden your monthly dividend payouts. So that's how I like to strategize it. And now I think having not just that, but dividend quarter increase, it can also mean that it, depending on how the company's doing, it might have their own dividend increase. So throughout the years, so you might, instead of getting $1.43, maybe next year, the Pfizer, have, it's very courtesy, and just they got that courtesy for their shareholders, and decided to increase their dividends for, I don't know, like they boosted up to 80 cents. So that might change. So don't feel discouraged that it's gonna be very little, even though you're just starting off. So that's a good way to invest. And I think that's about it for this week. So for disclaimer purposes, I'm not a financial professional advisor. I'm just a student in dividend investing, just trying to learn. Sharing my journey here on YouTube, and my failures, successes, and my strategies and stuff like that. And if you guys have, feel free to comment, hit the like button, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And for disclosure purposes, I'm a shareholder of Pfizer and British Tobacco Company that I talk about today. And that's it for today. And have a good weekend.